start record lah. Uh, Good morning to all. We will now discuss and try to come to a decision on the most important factor to consider when choosing an e-wallet. As we gravitate towards a world of digital payment and e-wallets, the most important factor to consider, in my opinion, when choosing an e-wallet is security standard. This is because users want to make sure that the payment system is licensed and secure. E-wallet always provide a lot of strong security system like number pins, finger access, and the face ID access. I am sure so that the others want to use your e-wallet to do some bad thing like steal, so that they could not do this bad thing because they will fail to access the payment. So that I am sure that security standards will be the key factor when choosing an e-wallet. What do you think, guys?
Yes, I do agree with your point because security is very important during the money transaction, especially money transaction. And in addition, e-wallet also prevent third parties from accessing your information that can be used to commit identity theft. So it's users will feel more like will feel safer when they use e-wallet. But in my opinion, I have another point, which is um, the size of e-wallet and the number of transactions as an important factor when choosing an e-wallet. As we know, there are monthly and annually transaction limitation for even though e-banking account and e-wallet account. But there are no limits for some types of transaction like transportation, but there are for others. For example, Touch and Go, their premium tire has an e-wallet size of 20,000 ringgit with an annual transaction of limit 300,000 ringgit. So a user will choose an e-wallet that suits his need. In addition, Touch and Go also has an insurance plan that offer a 6-month coverage of up to 25,000 ringgit for any loss of credit stored within e-wallet. Therefore, I think this is the most important factors that user choose to use e-wallet. So what do you guys think?
Um, I think both candidate B and candidate A are right, but I also think, but I also think that rewards and incentive is also a major factor to be considered. Users would like to know how they can benefit by registering for an e-wallet. Some users are of the mindset that it has to be a win-win situation. There are rewards and incentive to encourage them to frequently use the e-wallet. What do you guys think?
Yes, I do agree with you, candidate D, because there are so many rewards, especially coupons that we can claim through e-wallets that we can get cashback with a minimum spending of certain amount in certain store. So this will encourage the users and it will become one of the factor who make users choose e-wallet. Any other points? What do you guys think?
Yes, I agree with you, candidate D, that reward and incentive is very an important factor for user. However, in my personal opinion, I think the other factor that user should consider when choosing e-wallet is where payment that acceptance, because this is usually happen when the user is like likely to visit another country. So e-wallet is very important that it can be accepted and in every way, such as because there is some e-wallet that cannot be accepted in other country, and this can cause an trouble to the user. So if the e-wallet can be accepted in every country, that might be easier for the user to use the e-wallet. So what do you guys think about my point?
I do agree with you, candidate. See, this is because the e-wallet is important to for us when we go to another country or some places, so that the e-wallet also can settle some issue like we don't have some cash in our wallets, so that we can use our e-wallet to pay it. I, in my
Yes, I
opinion, I
agree with
also
you.
think, uh, in my opinion, I also think the hidden fees also as important for the e-wallet. This is because some e-wallet always has some hidden fees or hidden service when you pay some things or food, such as when we buy something, we use the e-wallet so that we can get some discount when next time we go to buy the food or thing in the shop, so that we will make convenience to our customer. And this service also encourage our customer to use more e-wallets. What do you guys think?
I agree with you, candidate B. There are so many hidden fees that can be avoided by using e-wallet. For example, we use e-wallet to pay bills, and hidden fees like service tax and transportation fees can be uh, avoided by us. Then we no need to pay this, and we can save our money and time also in one shot. So, what do you guys think?
Uh, I agree with you, candidate A. Um, by using e-wallet, we can also avoid. We can also get discount in supermarkets when we make a payment, and even we can even get discount in restaurant or even utilities companies. Uh, do you guys would like to add some point?
Mm, I agree with you, candidate C, so that when we use some e-wallets, we can get a lot of discount from that. But I also think that when we use e-wallet, we can also attract with some virus when we pay or get some discount. We write the discount code in our e-wallet. and easy to get people get hacking or their money will be stolen. So that I also so that I think the security system is very important for e in e-wallet for our customer using, because if an appropriate security system or authentication mechanism are not in places, users will not have the confidence to use the e-wallet. Therefore, I think security standard is the most important factor when choosing an e-wallet. What do you guys think?
Yes, I agree with you, candidate B. Security is the most important feature when choosing an e-wallet, because e-wallet have safety measures in place such as one-time passwords, pins, and biometric authentication that will boost the confidence of users towards e-wallets and choosing e-wallets. What do you guys think?
I also agree with you, candidate B. I think you e-wallet if e-wallet has high security standards, so the user can be be sure and very confident to use it. Because every identity that he give, it's under safety. So yeah, so I agree with you, candidate B.
As our discussion, I think that we all agree that when choosing an e-wallet, the most important factor users consider are security standard. This is because the e-wallet users are able to use e-wallet confidently and without worry. If the security system is provide property and best, if what do you guys agree with me?
Yes, I agree with you.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yes, I agree with you, candidate B.
If no one has nothing to say, we will bring this discussion to an end. Thank you all for your contribution and your participation.